We thank Uruguay for receiving us and holding up this conference. Just to start, a brief overview on Argentina. We are the neighbors, or one of the neighbors of Uruguay. Argentina is a very large country. Until earlier today, I had read we're the 9th country in the world. Apparently, we have to fight with Kazakhstan to know who's the 9th place. But it's a very large country, highly unpopulated. We're only 43 million people in nearly 3,000 square kilometers. What's interesting, we range 3,050 kilometers north to south and over 2,000 kilometers west to east, having all types of climates. And it's a land of Herefords, and we have Herefords all over the country. We want to share a small video showing how the Herefords and are in different climates, and a little bit of the activities of our association. In terms of the Herefords in Argentina, the first Herefords arrived in the late 1850s, coming from the UK. Since then, we've been growing steadily. The association was founded in 1924, so we're very close to having our 100 years. And our objective is to have an institutional framework for the breeders. We currently have around 600 members with 280 active herds. If we talk about the number of Herefords in the country, we have, in terms of purebreds, we're currently having around a little bit over 5,000 births per year. And we have a very large program which is called the Registered Hereford, similar to what Uruguay mentions at the MH. It would never become a purebred. It's a lateral program. We have around 25,000 of those marked per year. It serves a dual objectives. On one side, it's the key to the market of our purebred bulls, and on the other side, it's the way to satisfy all the commercial breeders with the bulls produced from that program. It's very important both in terms of the income of the association and of the development of the breed in the country. Our objective, as we mentioned, of the association is to keep breeders together. We have several programs of communication. We have a magazine. We also have a newsletter which goes every every other week with important information. We are present in expositions, in the shows. We are present in the auctions with a van, so we have that there. And we also have meetings both in the Association of Buenos Aires and around the country to gather all of our members. The Hereford Association is very collaborative with the beef industry and also all the agricultural business in Argentina. We have relationships with other breeds, with institutions, both public and private, and that's key in terms of exchanging information and going forward. One thing that is very characteristic of our breed, of our brand, is that the Hereford is a brand very important in Argentina. Because of that, we've been able to extend the brand and going beyond just cows. So we have certified beef that's being exported. Europe is one of the key markets for that. We also have restaurants with a branded Hereford name, and we have licensed the brand for wine, representing also a large income for our association. Thinking of going forward, when we met 4 years ago, we were in terms of a very bad economic and political times for our country, and we talked a lot about it. This has changed over the last couple of months. We had elections last year, and we're going through big changes, which are definitely going, or which have been so far very good for the country and very good for the sector. The agriculture sector has been seen as the enemy by the state for the last 12 years, and now we're one more sector with a group of people that really understand that agriculture is very important for the country. It's one of our main industries, and although it's not the only industry, it's something to promote and to use going forward. What opportunities and challenges do we face? We have a huge opportunity in terms of growing the herd size. If we think over the last 12 years or something like that, we've been pretty much stable. Actually, we decreased a lot because of the economics, and now we're going a little bit, growing very slowly, and we see a future of growth. Exports. We've been at some time one of the top 3 or 4 beef exporter countries in the world, and now we're probably not even in the map. That's an opportunity that we definitely have to move forward. We have the herds, we can grow the herds, but there's also a huge opportunity, and is that the consumption in Argentina is very different to other parts of the world. We consume young steers and young heifers, so the opportunity to increase carcass weight, it's a very easy way for us to get a higher meat for the export market. In terms of challenges, a key challenge is that our internal market is kind of saturated. We are probably one with Uruguay and a couple of other countries, one of the largest beef consuming countries in the world. Today, over 50%, and 60% of all the meat consumption matrix is beef for Argentina. With all the health issues going around, it's probably pretty difficult that we will be able to grow that. So again, it's a challenge to grow there. It's the opportunity to use our beef for the export markets. Another big challenge, and this goes more to how we grow the herd, is the migration. Because of agricultural prices, the herd has been going out of the Pampas, which is the high efficiency area, towards more marginal areas of the countries like the Northeast and the Northwest. That brings in several challenges in how you grow in more difficult areas where the challenges for reproduction, for taking care of cattle are a little bit more complex than what you have in the Pampas. It's also an opportunity for us as a Hereford breed, because in some way or another, Herefords, we are in all of the different areas of the country. In some ways, more in the Pampas and the South, as a pure breed, or the registered, but just Herefords, and in other areas as a crossbreeding breed. Just to end up with the presentation, I wanted to summarize and talk about how we see the things going forward and what are our opportunities. We mentioned the political environment. Argentina is going out for the world, And we have, although all the mess we've done as a country, the value of the Argentine beef brand is very important. We feel that as Herefords, we have a strength very, very important to go forward to that. First, we are uniquely positioned to capture this export opportunity. We mentioned carcass weight and crossbreeding programs. Herefords are the best cattle in Argentina for the crossbreeding program and if we want to increase the carcass weight. We also have available unique genetics. We mentioned that our climate is very diverse. Herefords are everywhere, so we definitely can export those genetics to different countries, and that's something that's being opened these days. That being helped by being a member of the PACE, or the Pan American Genetic Evaluation, and being involved in the genomics program, which as of today we're over 500 genotyped animals, and we're moving forward with that. The country has been very active in terms of using reproductive technology. I say that we have touch-not reproductive technologies. Semen, embryos, in vitro is being used in the country, and that's something we definitely can use as a breed to export. Also, in terms of this crossbreeding program and growing the herd, the AI use in Argentina is very low these days, or still low. So we have a market in terms of selling bulls and increasing our bull sale for the crossbreeding program. We also have a committed board and experienced staff over the years. There's always challenges, and we want to acknowledge them, although we think they're smaller than the opportunities and the strengths that we can go forward. Probably the greatest challenge is what I mentioned of the household economics and the health trend, the internal growth, but and in terms of some of our weaknesses and something we need to go forward is also the traditional concept. We mentioned as an advantage for the EI use, but it's also a disadvantage in terms of in Argentina, lots of people are very attached to breeds. So the crossbreeding, which is a program we've been doing over the last years, going very forward and going good results, but it's still a barrier we need to cross in order to get better results. So with this, just thank Uruguay for this, and we really appreciate, and we're very fond of this event, so we look forward to seeing everyone 4 years from now in New Zealand.